is beautiful, but it's also unforgiving. When you step deep into the forests, mountains, and canyons, you're stepping into an ancient world, a place where things much older than us still roam. Tonight, I have two terrifying stories of people who went too deep and paid the price. These aren't just ghost stories. These are warnings. Listen closely, and maybe next time, you'll think twice before wandering off the trail. Story 1. The thing that wears your face. I grew up hearing stories about the woods near my hometown, how people went missing there, how sometimes search parties found shoes, backpacks, even tents, but never the people themselves. Most of us laughed it off. Just stories, we said, old wives' tales. But when my cousin Travis disappeared last fall, the stories didn't seem so funny anymore. The sheriff organized a search party. I joined. I had to. Travis was like a brother to me. We set off into the woods early one morning, the mist still hanging low over the ground like a blanket. The deeper we went, the quieter it got. No birds, no squirrels, just the crunch of boots on damp leaves. By noon, we hadn't found anything. Not a scrap, not even footprints. That's when I heard it. A voice. Matt. It was Travis. No mistake about it. His voice was raspy, like he'd been screaming. I whipped around, heart hammering, but there was no one there. The others didn't seem to hear it. I'm over here. It came again, deeper in the woods. I told the others, but they shook their heads. You're just tired, the sheriff said. Rest up, son. But I couldn't ignore it. I slipped away when nobody was looking, following the sound. The forest got thicker the further I went. The trees seemed too close together, almost like they were leaning in on me. The air smelled sour, like rotting meat. And then I saw him. Travis stood about 20 yards ahead, his back to me. He wore the same jacket he'd had on the day he disappeared, the one with the orange stripe. His shoulders twitched like he was crying. Travis, I yelled. I ran toward him. He turned, and that's when I knew something was horribly wrong. His face, it looked like Travis, but it wasn't moving right. His mouth stretched too wide when he smiled. His eyes didn't blink, just stared, too shiny, too dark. Come here, he said, voice dragging like a bad recording. I stopped dead. That's when I noticed his feet weren't touching the ground. I stumbled back, tripping over a root. My flashlight flickered. When it came back on, he was closer, maybe 10 feet away, still smiling that awful smile. Stay with me, he whispered. Every instinct screamed at me to run. I turned and bolted, crashing through the undergrowth. Branches tore at my clothes. I didn't care. I didn't look back. I ran until I collapsed on a trail where I finally found the others. They stared at me like I was crazy, but when I told them what I saw, the sheriff's face went pale. You shouldn't have answered it, he said under his breath. Then louder, we're done here. Everyone back to town. No one argued. Back at home, I tried to sleep but couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that thing's face, Travis's face grinning too wide in the dark. 2 nights later, something scratched at my window. I live on the 2nd floor. When I peeked through the curtain, I saw him again, standing in the yard, smiling, waiting. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, there were muddy handprints all over the outside of my house, high up, near the roof, higher than any human could reach. I packed a bag and left town the next day. Haven't been back since. But sometimes, late at night, when I'm driving through unfamiliar places, I swear I hear my name whispered from the woods. Still Travis's voice, still calling me home. Story 2, The Hollow Ones. I never believed in ghost stories, not really. But when my brother Josh vanished 2 months ago near Black Hollow Forest, I started paying attention. The police searched for weeks. Volunteers combed the woods. Nothing. No tracks, no body. Just his campsite, abandoned like he got up in the middle of dinner and walked straight into the trees. I couldn't accept that. I decided to go look myself. I packed light flashlight, water, a hunting knife, a little bit of food. I told nobody. Maybe that was my first mistake. I parked just outside the tree line and started walking. The woods were wrong from the start. Silent, heavy, like the trees were holding their breath. After about an hour, My compass stopped working. The needle just spun. My phone, too, no service. I marked trees with red tape as I went, so I could find my way back. At least I thought I did. The deeper I went, the more twisted the woods became. Trees bent at strange angles. Some had huge claw marks gouged into them, way higher than any bear could reach. I tried not to think about it. By nightfall, I set up a small fire. The light barely pushed back the dark. That's when I heard it. Someone walking nearby. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I grabbed my flashlight and shone it into the woods. No one there. I called out, "Hello? Josh?" Silence. Then footsteps again, circling me. I felt it, something watching me, studying me, waiting. I threw dirt over the fire and started packing up. Screw this, I thought. I'll come back with real help. That's when I heard my brother's voice. Tyler. It was faint, like it came through a thick wall. But it was Josh, no doubt about it. "I'm here," I shouted. "Where are you?" "Help me," he said. I pushed into the woods, light swinging wildly. The voice led me deeper and deeper until I realized there were no more red tape markers on the trees. I was completely lost. Panic clawed up my throat. I tried retracing my steps, but the forest shifted paths that had been there were now walls of tangled roots and vines. No stars above, just black. "Stay with me," Josh's voice pleaded. And then I saw him, standing between two dead trees, head tilted, face slack. "Josh?" I whispered. He smiled, but not like Josh smiled. It was wrong, too slow, too wide. His head twitched sideways, like a puppet on a bad string. Something in my gut told me to run, but my legs wouldn't move. He stepped closer, and I saw it. His eyes were hollow. Not empty, but filled with a thick, black mist, swirling inside the sockets. "Come closer," he said, voice too deep now, layered like two people speaking at once. Behind him, more shapes emerged. Copies, dozens of them. Some looked like Josh. Some looked like people I'd never seen before. Hikers, campers, hunters, all hollow-eyed, all smiling that same dead smile. The air grew thick, sweet, rotting. My vision blurred. "Stay," they whispered together. "Stay forever." I stumbled back, tripped over a root, and hit the ground hard. My flashlight skittered away. In the dark, I felt cold fingers brush my ankle. I screamed and kicked, scrambling to my feet. Pure instinct drove me. I didn't think, I just ran. Branches slashed my face, my arms, my clothes tore. The forest stretched on forever, endless, choking, never letting up. I don't know how long I ran. Hours, maybe. Somehow, by sheer luck, I burst out onto an old service road at dawn, collapsed, cried like a little kid. A passing truck driver found me and called the sheriff. When they asked what happened, I told them the truth. They didn't believe me. Not until the sheriff, same one who'd searched for Josh, pulled me aside and said, real quiet, "You're lucky. They almost had you." He didn't explain. Just told me to forget the forest, to stay away. Forever. But I can't forget. Because sometimes when I'm alone, I hear Josh's voice outside my window, calling me back.